In 1989, at the age of 49, I had my first heart attack. I bought a condo in Orange Beach, Alabama, and I said, Lord, I've enjoyed it. It's been a good ride starting churches from scratch. I'm gonna prop up my feet and look at the water. Oh, God has such a sense of humor. Every time I'd drive up and down that beach highway, I'd see that Baptist church that wasn't there. And I couldn't get it out of my mind. It's been an interesting life. Many interesting things have happened. I preached my first sermon at the age of 12, and I've been preaching regularly since I was 14. I went to Howard College before it was Samford University, and I heard that there was a church that wanted someone to come up and pastor some missions. That was down my alley. I volunteered. So at age 18, I became a pastor.
It was an adventure, let's put it that way. It was an adventure. The life of a pastor's wife is very multifaceted. I cooked, I cleaned, I counseled, I sang, I played the piano.
Sometimes people get crazy ideas. I wanted to be an evangelist. I'd always wanted to be an evangelist. I always will want to be an evangelist. And so I entered full-time evangelism. By that time, we had children. We traveled all over the country in a motorhome. Janet and the children would sing, and I would preach.
So the thing about being a traveling evangelist is this. It's a wonderful area of service to Christ, but it doesn't always feed 4 kids. And so when times got tough financially, my dad, being a consummate entrepreneur, was always looking for ways to provide income. And so he got into land development as a way to pay the additional bills between evangelistic crusades.
When you're living on love offerings, you go to some churches that are not very romantic. Sometimes we didn't even make expenses. But because I was able to buy and sell land, every time there was a need, God met our need. We had a glorious time in evangelism for many years. And then, 1989, I had my first heart attack. I stopped traveling all across the country. I stopped preaching in foreign crusades. That was the beginning of Romar Beach Baptist Church.
They were undergoing a huge leap of faith to try and make it happen because the books didn't say they should be able to pull off what they were trying to do. But Dad went forward anyway. He felt like God was calling them to do that and God would provide a way.
At different times in our life, we were struggling financially to build a church. So my husband Paul really had a heart for wanting to set up a church fund to help these struggling churches.
We have established through the Baptist Foundation of Alabama a foundation to build churches. And the one to build churches is our State Board of Missions. And when they find a project, a church in need, somebody wanting to start a church, they will have this money at their discretion to be able to help.
Generally, across the state, more than 50% of the people that live in any given community don't know the Lord. And so we must continue this work. This fund will help remove some of the barriers to planting and be able to see the multiplication of churches across the state of Alabama. The foundation does a wonderful job in providing the training for folks to make estate planning, but to see the Smith family take these funds and put them into action now, making a difference while they still can see it, I'm sorry. It would be wonderful if we could have more folks that would see the vision that Paul and Janet had as they wisely set aside funds through the Alabama Baptist Foundation that has great earning record to be able to have those funds supplying church planters. My goodness, I can't even begin to dream what that would look like.
I used to pray years ago, God, I don't have a lot of money, but if you would give me a lot of money, I'm going to use that money to bless a lot of people. And exactly that has happened in the last few years.
My parents are finishing the race the way they started the race, using their financial ability to establish churches and to promote the Christian faith. That is a fabulous legacy to have.
I know I don't have a whole lot of time left on this earth, but I want to make my time count. I want to see churches built. I want to see people come to know the Lord. We never dreamed that from a little bit of buying and selling land, what would prosper and grow out of it. It is amazing how God has blessed us, but you know what? God blesses us so that we can be a blessing. The Baptist Foundation of Alabama is an excellent tool to help you in your planning. You don't have to wait till you die to see your blessings be multiplied. The Baptist Foundation can help you do it right here, right now.